Today's the day you move to college. Moving to college is a rush of emotions. It's fun, exciting, nerve wracking, and scary all at the same time. You walk into your assigned dorm room where you see your roommate who you've never met before. Although she seems great, conflicts big or small are inevitable. When rooming with a stranger or even a friend, the most common conflicts between freshman year roommates are bound to happen. But knowing different conflict resolution strategies and ways to prevent future conflicts can make your freshman year a lot less awkward. When it comes to looking for a roommate these days, most colleges provide an online questionnaire. This questionnaire asks questions such as if you're a smoker or a non smoker, if you're a morning person or a night person, if you like staying in or going out, and it asks you to rate your cleanliness on a scale of 1 to 5. Based on the information given, it compares your answers to everyone else's who has filled out this questionnaire and gives you the best matches based on similar information. Although this way gives you the best possible matches for roommates, not always do things go as smoothly as planned. Problems big or small can set a person off, and when living in such a tiny space, this can make things worse. Some of the most common conflicts between freshman year roommates, according to Shuffleton, a writer for Her Campus LLC, include messiness, taking things without asking permission, having guests in the room when the other roommate does not think it's okay, and also being loud while one is trying to study or sleep. A conflict between two people is known as an interpersonal conflict, according to an article written by Meeks. The best way to solve an interpersonal conflict is to first try to work things out between those involved. If those involved in the conflict are not willing to work it out, getting someone involved, such as an RA, may be necessary. When dealing with a conflict between you and your roommate, Santa Clara University suggests 6 simple steps that could help you. The first step is to discuss the problem. After discussing the problem, you and your roommate should generate possible solutions to help solve the problem. After discussing possible solutions, you should evaluate the solutions and see if they will actually work. You should then decide on an acceptable solution or solutions. After deciding on a solution, you and your roommate should develop a plan to achieve the solution and the outcome you're wanting. The last step to help with a conflict is to evaluate the solution. See if it's actually helping to solve the problem and if it's fair to the both of you. Trying these 6 simple steps may or may not work, depending on the conflict and if your roommate is willing to work things out. Communication is the best way to help solve a conflict. If you do not communicate with your roommate, things could eventually get worse, making it unbearable in some cases. You and your roommate have had your fair share of arguments, but according to my college guide, there are ways to become a great roommate which can help prevent future conflicts. The first thing you can do is keep your half of the room clean. Also, be considerate. When your roommate is trying to sleep or study, be as quiet as you can. The third thing you can do is to respect others' property. Do not borrow your roommate's things without asking permission first. Santa Clara University also highly suggests creating a roommate agreement. Some things to discuss on your roommate agreement could be your sleeping and studying schedules, when it isn't okay to have guests over, and making rules onto what may or may not be borrowed. Becoming a great roommate and creating a roommate agreement may help solve conflicts. But Lucier, a college life expert, has a few tips to help also. Always be clear from the beginning. In the first couple weeks of you and your roommate moving in, you should both sit down and share things that bug you, things that you think could help prevent conflict, and also things that you enjoy doing. so you can see if you and your roommate have something in common. Also, addressing things when they are a small problem is another helpful hint. Communicating with your roommate when problems are small can prevent the problem from becoming a big deal. Lucier also suggests that you need to be open to new things and don't be quick to judge. There are things that can help prevent future conflict. Some may or may not work depending on the situation at hand and depending on your roommate also. Your first year of college is almost over. It's been an exciting experience, but you and your roommate did not end the year as best friends as so many others had. You expected some conflicts, but you and your roommate encountered more than your fair share of the common conflicts between freshman year roommates. But learning different conflict resolution strategies and learning ways to prevent future conflicts helped to relieve the tension between you and your roommate.